Good day guys, so in this video I'll be teaching you the basic things you need to know in C program which will aid us through the remaining part of this course. So let's dive in. Let's open code blocks ID, which is the ID we're using for the C program. So like I taught you guys, to create a new project in C, you can either click on this button and create a new project, or you come to file, then new, then project. So you are going to select what application you are going to do, which is console application for here. Click on go, then you would press next, then you are going to select C, and then you enter your project title. So for this I would name it tutorial 1, then click on next and then finish. So you see this blank screen here. You can come to this left hand side if it doesn't load the main program on the screen. Then you see here you have this your project name tutorial 1, then you open the sources folder and open your main.c. so this right here is a default program for your C language, which is a program to print hello world. Yeah, we can just clear this out and write our own program now. So let's write our first C program for printing hello world on the screen. So for printing hello world on the screen, you really don't need the #include stdio and #include stdlib or any C preprocessor directive, because I'm just printing out a basic thing to the screen, so you really don't need any preprocessor directive. But for this tutorial we are still going to add it because we're going to use them. So I'll start by #include stdio.h, then #include stdlib.h. So yeah, I'm including the standard input and output header files and the standard library file. So for your C program, every program in C runs in the main function. So you have to declare a main function by saying main, then open and close bracket and opening a curly braces and press enter. So any code from the opening of this curly brace to the close of the curly brace is going to run in your C program, because that's what your compiler can read. So I'm going to save this now, but if I run this, it's basically nothing in the main file, so it's not going to run anything. So now let's just run something blank. There's no program here. So now let's run and print our first program. Let's print hello world to the screen. So I'll come here and say, for printing in C, to output something on your screen in C, you use printf, and to collect inputs in C, you use scanf. So those are the two things you need to know in C. For collecting value from a user, use scanf, and for printing to your screen, use printf. So now I want to print to the screen hello world. So I'll just do printf, open my two curly braces, cut it a function, then open double quotes and write in anything I want to print to the screen. So let's print hello world first, hello world with an exclamation mark. And in every C program, because this is a structured program, you must always terminate every statement with a semicolon. So if I run this program now without putting a semicolon, you're going to see on the console here that is showing an error. This red mark here shows that there's an error in this line of code, and that's because I didn't put an exclamation mark. Let me put an exclamation mark here and run this code now. So I have said, shortcut for running codes in C, you can click at the top here, click on build, then click on build and run, which has a shortcut F9. So if you click on build and run now, you see we printed hello world to the screen already. So it's as simple as that. So you can modify anything inside of this double quotes because it's going to appear to your screen. So I can also print I am Vicol Olawade on the screen. So just pressing F9 is going to run this code for me, and here we go. This is our output. I am Vicol Olawade. So I recommend you guys getting my book because a lot of things I'll be teaching here are listed in that book for the theory aspect. There are some things called escape sequence in C, which allows you some special character that the C program can use without you writing it, without you defining them, sorry. So yeah, you can use special character for vertical tab. So let me run this program now. I want you to notice something. See this I started from the beginning of the screen to the left hand side. There is no space between this I and the beginning of the screen. But if I want it to be spaced, like probably I want this I am vocabulary should be spaced more than just this space, you would use the /t /t. So now I've added 3 vertical or horizontal tab between I and am. So if you run this now, I'm going to see what I'm showing you. F9. You see the space between the I and the am is now into 3 tabs, meaning I added, this is like the first tab, this is like the second tab, and this is the third tab, then the space between them. Do you understand? So you might want to design something and put them in like table formats. So this is what you're going to use, the vertical tab, the horizontal tab, sorry. So you also have other escape sequence, like if I want to put this Vicol on another line, I'll use the /n, which is an escape sequence for a new line. So if I run this now, you're going to see that both the Vicol and Olawade would go on another line, which is here. So these are stated in my book already. Just use them with your codes, with whatever you're printing on your screen. So now let's jump into variables in C. Variables, format specification, and how to output them in C. So variables are just primary storage of values. Like you want to store this Vicol Olawade, I want to store it in a variable of name, whereby if I want to call Vicol Olawade, I'll just refer to name. So that's the essence of having variables. Probably I want to continue printing Vicol Olawade throughout the end of my program, like 5 times. So instead of me typing my name Vicol Olawade like 5 different times, I can just put the Vicol Olawade, put the value of Vicol Olawade in a variable and name it name. So that whenever I want to print Vicol Olawade, I won't have to start typing Vicol Olawade. I will just call the variable which I give the value Vicol Olawade. So let's jump into it. So to declare a variable in C, you first have to specify the type of variable you want to use, which is called data type. So for Vicol Olawade is a text, so it's a string actually. So we are specified using char. It's called char. So char is used to specify alphabet actually, but an array of alphabets is actually a string. So arrays are always represented with square brackets. So let me just first use the char example to explain alphabets. Let me say char alphabet is equals to, then use single quotes, then whatever you want to put inside. So now if I want to call, let me cancel this printf. If I want to call variables in C, the proper specification is after your printf, in the double quotes, you're going to specify the format specifier. So for char variable, I said it in my book, for char variable, format specifier is %c. Then I'm going to put a comma after the double quote and specify the name of the variable, which is alphabet. So let me explain this code. I did it here that okay, I have a variable which is called alphabet, which is of character data type, and the value is a. Then I told my program to print what this %c means. I want to print a character variable, which the variable name is alphabet. So printing this now is going to echo a to my screen. As you can see, we have capital A. But like I said, character is just one single character can only occupy this single quote. How do I use single quote for it? Because you can do your single character. So I continue adding lots and lots and lots of characters to it. Lots of characters to it. As you can see here, we have about more than like 10 characters in this single quote. But the computer can only read one character in the single quote because it is a character, not a string. You get? So now, since it's a character, it's just going to read this last element, which is n. So if I run this program now, you're going to see it's going to just print only n to our screen. So it displays everything from A down to H because it can only accommodate one. So if I want to know that yes, I want to print the whole of these things that are inside this text, the first thing I need to do is to change my single quotes to double quotes because I'm not printing one thing. So now I've changed my single quote to double quotes. So after the double quotes in the alphabet, to specify that it is a string, you put the square brackets at the back of the variable name, and also at the back of the variable name here, meaning I want to print out alphabet, an array of individual characters. So now also here specify that your %c is going to change to %s because you're no more printing a character, you're printing multiple characters, and which is a string. So now I'm printing here as %s, which means I want to print string, and we're also changing the variable name to have a square bracket because we are printing more than one character, and then we change the double quotes, the single quotes to double quotes. So now let's run this. You're going to see we displayed everything from the beginning to the end. So that is for character variables. That's for string and character. So now if you want to declare integers and float numbers, for numbers there are three types of data type for numbers. We have integer, double, and float. So integer data type is, you are going to name, you start by saying int, then the name of the variable, let me say num, then I will set what the value is equal to. So here we don't need a single quote or a double quote because it's a number. A number cannot be included in a single quote or a double quote. So now let's say the number is equal to 13, then I'll terminate my program. So if I want to print this number, I'm going to change the format specifier. Like I said in my book, for format specifier for integers, use %d, and I'm going to be specifying what the name of the variable is, which is num. So here what this program is going to do is, okay fine, there's an integer variable called variable num, which has a value of 13. So the next line I said print what, %d, prints an integer data type, which is what, variable num. So if I run this program now, it's going to print 13 to our screen, which is here 13. So that is for integer variable. But for integer variable, the thing you need to notice, anything concerning floating numbers will not be displayed in integer data type. Do you understand? So putting like 0.555 to this program is still just going to display 13. As you can see, it returned just 13. You can't have anything more than 13 because it deals with whole numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, down like that, counting numbers. But if you now want to display this number with the floating point numbers, you are going to change this data type from int to float or double. So float or double, I explained in my book already what they are. So just know that they are data types that can accommodate floating point numbers. So I change this to float now. Then I also have to change the format specifier to %f. Yeah, so I'm going to run this now with F9, and you can see it loaded 13.555000, meaning it can accommodate numbers after decimal points. So that is for floating data type. And for the double is just a longer version of float. So float can only accommodate a little number of decimal points, while double can accommodate a longer number of decimal points. So to also use double, just change this float to double. To initialize a double variable, you say double, then the name of the variable, then the value. Then to call it, you say printf. Then the format specifier for double is in my book also. You say %lf, capital letter LF. Then you run this program, and I'm going to see it also printed 13.55500 because it can accommodate numbers after floating points. So that is all for variables and data types in this video. So in next video we talk of other things. See you guys next time.